The story that I'm about to tell you is a true story. It is about an incident that took place about 22 years ago, and yet I remember it as though it happened yesterday. My wife and I had just been married for about a week. Then one day she came up to me holding a toothpaste tube. She called out to me, and I replied. Then holding the toothpaste tube in front of me, she said, I nodded my head and replied, "Okay, darling," and there the story should have ended, but it did not. Throughout the rest of the day, the incident kept playing on my mind. It kept pestering me, irritating me, and even making me angry. I tried to let it go, but I just couldn't do it. Then I started to grumble about my wife. Who does she think she is? Why does she have to tell me how to press the toothpaste tube? I've been doing this for over 30 years, and no one, not even my mother, has complained. Why did she have to make such a fuss about toothpaste? And on I went. That evening, when I sat down in prayer, I found myself still thinking about the incident and still feeling upset. And so instead of praying, I began to complain to the Lord about my wife. After a while, exhausted from all the complaining, I just kept silent. Then, in my mind, I saw the image of a brick, a single brick, that gently floated down from the sky and landed on the ground. I looked at it and I was puzzled. What is this about? I asked. Then there was a second brick, then a third and a fourth. One by one, bricks were floating gently down from the sky and landing on the ground next to each other. As more bricks fell, it seemed as though a wall was being built. The wall kept getting bigger and larger. Then I saw that the wall was actually being built around me, first behind me and then on the sides. Before I knew it, I was surrounded by 4 walls. I was sitting within the walls and had become a prisoner, and I could not get out. I found myself asking God, "What are you trying to tell me?" Then a clear, gentle voice spoke. It said, "If you allow the first brick, that is your first resentment towards your wife, to land and remain in your heart, eventually your anger and resentment will imprison you. Today it will be the first brick, tomorrow another, and then another. In time, your anger towards your wife will grow little by little, brick by brick, and then there will be a wall between the two of you. It will break up your relationship and even your marriage. It all begins with a single brick, the first resentment. So right now, you have to decide. Do you want the first brick to remain in your heart? Or do you want to get rid of it straight away? Remember, if you allow the first brick to remain, the second brick will come sooner or later. I thought about it for a while. Then I realized what God was trying to tell me. And so, saying, "In the name of Jesus, I throw away the first brick." And in my mind, I literally saw myself throwing the brick away. It was not easy, but I knew I had to get it done. Then I thanked God for the message that He had given to me. After that, I went to my wife and told her what had happened. I asked for her forgiveness for holding a resentment towards her. She accepted my apology and asked me to forgive her if she had hurt me in any way. She also thanked me for the message and said that she too will abide by it. Today, we've been happily married for 22 years. Since the day of the incident, we hardly argue or get angry with each other easily. Whenever I find myself getting upset with my wife, I immediately check myself and make sure that I do not allow the first brick to fall and remain in my heart. And so, my dear friends, remember that often anger and resentment towards someone we love and care about, especially our spouse, often starts with one incident, usually a minor incident. But because we allow it to remain in us, it starts to grow and become bigger and larger until one day it imprisons you and divides you from your loved one. Don't let it happen. Don't let the first brick remain. Throw it away immediately. God bless you.